Hi, welcome to The Juice, the ADHD-friendly podcast that skips the small talk and gets straight to the good stuff.
Real talk, no fluff.
I was super bright at school,
Yep.
bored,
So-
really, really good at lots of stuff, really shit at the stuff I didn't like.
Yeah.
Super talented in music like you.
I think you might have me on that one.
We'll see. We're going to
Yeah.
sing at some point.
Yes,
I don't know.
that's an episode in itself.
Yeah, oh, sure. Okay. Went into perimenopause. So hormones, the hormones are exacerbated when
Yeah.
you have ADHD as
I did
an
not know
adult woman, which I didn't know either. And so my symptoms with the whole kind of scatterbrain, just forgetting things, feeling so disordered. I sort of say it with a grain of salt, but still kind of fucking up my life continuously to some degree. I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
feeling like I don't have order. Things a bit out of control and stressed, anxiety, all of those things.
I do know what you mean on that one, by the way, and I think
Yeah.
that is a fairly standard thing of people with ADHD, just to go back to the lack of control and feeling kind of that you hadn't got it together, because I've spent most of my life feeling that I wasn't successful too, or that nothing was ever good enough. I don't know for who, but I could always do better.
Resisting it.
I could always do better.
Even though you're incredible and you've done so many amazing things, and I know this for a fact.
Yeah, but
I know
now
that
I'm
you-
sitting here going, no, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm just a normal guy.
yeah, yeah, and that's the other thing. So it's sort of like if you are not necessarily even a woman, but you're an adult and you're feeling like
I'm definitely not a
increasingly.
Sorry, I'll stop it.
Just
Stop
let
it.
me say what I've got to say.
I know. Go on, carry on.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like, okay, something's going on here. I've felt different my whole life. Like, I have been potentially exceptional at some things, but not necessarily so. And the feeling of being overwhelmed, out of control, anxious, scatterbrainy, and then also with validation from other people that you're close to, be it your peers or your family or friends, then definitely getting a diagnosis has been worthwhile. And I would say do it. Would you say that?
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And I would say...
And why?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, because it gives you access to the things that make it better.
Yes. Yeah.
Like the
Such
drugs
as-
do work.
The drugs
They
do work.
They do work.
Right.
And I wish I'd had them back when I was in my 20s.
Yes.
Instead of relying on alcohol and smoking
Yeah.
weed.
Yeah.
Which is what I did do. And it's like, wouldn't it be nicer if I did?
Right. So I think we talked about this too, and I just want to say, to touch on how confronting it was for me. We talked about this when I got my diagnosis through, how confronting it was to receive it, and I just felt so sad for
Yes.
for the child
Yes.
version of me. And I just
Exactly
wanted
the
to
same.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just want to speak to that for a bit because it's so
Go.
important that I didn't realize that. I wish I'd known beforehand how confronting it was. So for people out there who are listening and they're going to get a diagnosis and actually go through the process, when you receive the report, just be aware that it can be quite a lot
Yeah.
to get your head around. And it took me, I went to what I call a hole. So before I started taking Ritalin, I would be in a hole perpetually, usually most weeks for a
Yep.
good couple of days.
Yep.
And it's basically kind of like, for me, like a state of depression where I just burn out from life. And I still kind of get it. Like I'm still really worn out at the end of the day. But now that I've got my meds under control, I can actually stay out of the hole pretty well,
Yeah.
generally speaking. But certainly when I read that report, I was just it was a lot, and I went in the hole.
Yeah. Well, I had
few days.
exactly the same experience. Like I said, I got my diagnosis on the same day that the sale of my business went through, which I was already feeling a little bit, like a little bit of a failure about. I wasn't. It's just absolutely nonsense. But
What did you feel about, right?
hey,
Yeah, that was when I remember this.
yeah, but so
Yeah.
that's where I was. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'd built this business over 16 years. I'd sold it, done to all extent and purposes. If you look from the outside, it looks great. It was a complete failure to me as far as I was concerned. And then I got my diagnosis on the same day, and I spent because I didn't get drugs until probably a month after, because you got to go see a GP, blah blah blah. And I spent that next month just basically sat in this space of what a failure the last 16 years have been. Now I've got this thing going on. I can't even do anything about it. And I don't even know if that drug's going to even work. And it was like, but then it did.
Yeah.
And it's not
Amazingly, and it's meant to, but I was incredibly skeptical. I had very low expectations. I didn't
too.
expect it to work. Yeah, so let's talk about that.
Yeah, totally.
So do you remember when you first took?
Yeah, I do.
first
The
dose,
first
what
day I had it, it was magical. I had it in the morning. Doctor said, have it with food. I normally eat in the morning anyway, but have it with some food. And I didn't. I just had it on its own. And there was just so much clarity.
Yeah. What did it feel like for you?
It felt like I had had the best sleep ever, that I was in a place where I was just rocking everything that I did. Like in that first morning, I probably did a week's worth of work that I would normally do. And it doesn't last, by the way, but it is more consistent now. And that's what it was like when I first took it. And I got home that evening and I was like, I don't even want to have a drink, a beer or anything. Because I usually have a beer after work. 'Cause it's just like, I like cooking and I like having a beer while I'm cooking stuff. I didn't want it. I was like, no, I don't want to spoil that. That's what it felt like to me anyway.
Yes, exactly the same.
All right, okay, good.
I think I saw you right at that
Yes.
function, and I didn't want to drink, which was so bizarre for me because I think I have been self-medicating with alcohol to some degree, like not as like alcoholic levels, but
No.
certainly like a couple of drinks a day most days.
In social situations
that's
especially as well, right?
Oh, heck yeah. And like, I overanalyze the shit out of a social situation before going. Sometimes it is. And to the point where it would be this paralysis and I just couldn't go. Do you know one time I didn't even turn up for my own birthday? Like, all my friends turned up for lunch.
I've never done
It was
that.
my birthday because I'm so fucking bad with birthdays. I also forgot my own birthday. I'll never remember anyone's birthday, by the way. So I think I'm just
That's
gonna,
what calendars
can we
are for.
blame ADHD on that? I don't know.
I think you probably can. Yeah, I think that's
That's
perfectly
part of the
acceptable thing to
organisation,
do.
executive functioning, surely.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But exactly the same thing for me. I just remember when I took my first dose, and again, expectations very low, but it was just like all the tabs closed.
Yeah.
And I was able to have a thought without going, oh, maybe you should put those clothes in the dryer there, or maybe you should go and do the dishes, or maybe you should call that person that you upset 20 years ago, or maybe you just overthink that. Or what about when they were wearing? I wonder what those shoes were. Are they still around? Should I buy some?
Yeah,
what?
totally.
Just, and then also probably about 2 other business ideas or something at the same time. There's always something rattling around there, or
Oh, yeah.
I want to say at least 5 thoughts at a time rattling.
Yeah.
And just kind of like fighting for space. And it's
all competing.
Amazing.
And as soon as one kind of drops off, another 2 come in.
I just sound so mad right now, but it's, you know what I mean?
No, it doesn't sound mad because I completely understand it.
Yeah.
So I get it. It's quite tough, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
I just thought that was normal. I thought that's what everybody's brains were like.
Exactly.
I don't think I'd ever be even bothered asking anyone if it was different.
Well, because how would you know?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, we only know what we know, right?
It's
And
just
I
what it
just
is to
assumed
be.
that it was like for everyone as well. And I think that's probably why I was so good at music, because I was able to do lots of things at once. But I just remember when I first took it, just going, wow, I can actually now focus and do the thing without having overanalyzed the shit out of it. For hours, procrastinated, stressed, got anxious, had 10 million other thoughts at the same time, and then probably not even done it.
I think an episode on ADHD music is probably a really good idea.
Fascinating.
And one of the reasons is because my relationship with music is almost the opposite to what you have. Whereas you were, I could do all these things at the same time. Music to me is a meditative process.
No, that's the same for me.
Right, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, no, it's one of the few things. So there's a couple of things without medication that I can really zone in on. And the first is really high intensity exercise.
Right.
And that closes the tabs. And then the other one is music. When I'm really in flow, really in the
Yeah.
zone. You know what I mean?
No,
When you're
I
kind
totally
of
do.
like- yeah, you're
'Cause
vibing. you're kind
Mine
of
is
right in it.
music and riding motorcycles. Because I
Ah.
cannot not focus on what I'm doing on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm dead.
You might die.
Well, no, we will die. It's just
fear
no
of death
night
will
of
do
it.
it to you.
Yeah, but it's like it's one of those one places where my brain goes, all right, you cannot fuck this up.
Yeah.
You just got to be on. So it's for me, riding motorcycles has always been a place where I can go, where I know that no matter what else is going on in my life, I'm always going to have that ability to just close everything down. So
Yeah.
it's like it's a really good space for me to put myself in, which is why I enjoy doing it, of course. But
That's your dose of the juice. Remember, ADHD isn't a setback, it's your superpower.
Real talk, no fluff.